Some of the times in your life that you think you're in trouble, you're not. You're in training.
We're all asking, how long is it going to last? How severe is it going to end up to be? When's it going to be over? We have a lot of uncertainties.
Your worth and whether or not you're lovable is determined by whether or not you think you're worthy.
It's a picture of what it looks like in our faith to walk with one another.
Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. In this one I have brought a lot of inspirational speeches that cover many topics like self-esteem, self-confidence and many more. We will note down some takeaways and try to analyze them at the end of the video. And by the way, if you have any story or something that you want to share in this community so you can feel the relief by doing so, here is my email address. You can send me anything you want and I will be sharing it here in this channel. With that being said, bring your coffee, your notebook, and let's get started.
Get ready for some open doors. Suddenly you meet the right person. Suddenly your career takes off. What happened? The doorkeeper stepped in. God was showing us closed doors can't stop him. Locked doors cannot keep you from what God has for you. Now, people may have closed the door, tried to keep you from promotion. How you were raised may have shut the door. You feel like you're at a disadvantage.
Hold that thought. I almost called the message, hold that thought. Let's at least put that in the chat. I mean, even if you're watching this after 3.5 years, hold that thought. Hold that thought. Hold that thought. Once you get over the fact that other people's opinions, they are not limits, they are merely suggestions. Contrary to what your mom told, you don't have to eat everything on your plate. You don't have to believe everything in your brain.
The changes that God, the things that God has changed. I'm different. I used to be negative. I'm positive. I was hopeless. I'm full of hope. I felt like nothing and nobody, and now I'm preaching the gospel all over the world. I didn't trust anybody. I didn't like anybody. I was suspicious. But when I began to learn these principles of faith and I began to apply them through praying and saying and doing.
Do we not understand that we disagree privately, but we honor and celebrate publicly? It's called brotherly love. You can't talk about my fellow man like that. I'm not gonna let this go down like that. You can't just say whatever you want. That's my brother, that's my sister, and we're walking in harmony. He says, you wanna know what harmony is? It's being compassionate and humble, because it's my brother, and I will stand in the gap.
When you aim to the moon and you miss, you still amongst the stars. So it kind of keeps you motivated a lot longer, man, to help you push through. Because everybody's gonna have to have a push through moment, because everybody has a turn back moment. The key to making it is you can never turn back. See, God is always coming. See, look, man, when you ask God for something, God boxes it up, put your name on it, and he ships it the day you ask for it.
They don't have dreams for themselves. They don't have any hopes. They're hopeless. They're uninspired, unmotivated. They have no dreams. They have nothing that they're ambitious about. But I want to remind you to continue to dream and dream big. I have a habit of dreaming with my eyes open. I get very inspired by the things I see. I'm inspired by architecture. I'm inspired by photography. I'm inspired by ideas.
If I can put my head on it right, study it, learn the patterns, and it's hard to put into words. Some real metaphysical. esoteric nonsense, but I feel very strongly that we are who we choose to be.
Difference between depression and joy. And I think it's purpose, right? It's like when you wake up in the morning, your life means something to somebody other than you, that you have a purpose.
How to break through a crisis. Crises happen, whatever type of crises you go through in your life, and I know you've had many, when we make some choices unconsciously and we get consequences. And we make them unconsciously because we're trying to get what we want. We don't really know what we value most. We don't know what we need. And we find ourselves waking up one day and going, why is my life this way? It's kind of like life is always calling to us to constantly grow and improve.
Discipline is like a set of magic keys that unlocks all the doors of wealth, happiness, sophistication, culture, high self-esteem, pride, joy, accomplishment, satisfaction, and success. The first key to discipline is awareness of the need for and the value of discipline, and especially the discipline to make the changes. What will it take? What must I do? And what must I become to get all I want from my life?
How much time do you have left? I don't know. And so therefore, when you look at your life in that context, at least for me, I'm looking at doing several things. And the reason I'm sharing this with you, I want to talk to people who are hungry. to make an impact with their lives. And it was something that I don't know whether or not that hits you like it hit me.
What if I can graduate amongst these studs? All these guys around me are studs. They're stallions, they're gladiators in my class. They're all healthy, most of them. They're not broken like this. They may have some, everybody's sick going to that training. But if I can graduate, it would change everything for me. If I can start the hardest training in the world, broken, and graduate. So my mind fed off of that. You are now, from the weakest man, you are now the hardest man to ever.
They tell each other, and they'll tell you, you did the best you could. No, they'll say the deck was stacked against you. And they'll say it's not your fault. And they'll tell you it's okay to stop. It's okay to settle. It's okay to give up. And that is the instinct you need to fight. You need to push back, to smash into the ground.
Welcome back everyone, I hope you liked the video. Personally, when I listen to these messages, not only I get motivated, but I learn new things and principles about life. It's always been a good way to start and to finish my day by listening to these speeches. And it's also a good reminder of whether we're still moving at the right path and following our dreams or not. So the best takeaway for me during this video is from Joyce Meyer, which says, seek the best version of yourself. And indeed, we all have some weaknesses and it's our job to work on them and to turn them into strengths. First of all, we need to find and to know our weaknesses, try to understand them, and what's most importantly here is try to accept it. Not only try, but you need to accept them. And then you figure out a plan on how you can build strength out of them. This message is really worth to think about, and as it says, we need to seek the best version of ourselves. So this is it for me. I hope you liked the video. Please share with us the best message that you liked the most during this video, and see you in the next one. Peace.